Hi all, welcome back. In this video, we'll be starting a new chapter, which is the inventory management module in Odoo 16. Managing inventory in a business is not a really easy task, right? It's really hectic. Odoo provides you a very efficient inventory management module. Inside this module, you can manage everything regarding the inventory, like the warehouses, the locations, and also the stock. You can manage products, unit of measures, transfers, batch transfer, wave transfer, shipping, and so much more. Let's move on to the module and see what all things are there inside the inventory module. Now let's open the inventory module and see what all things are provided by Odoo 16 inventory. Now here's the inventory module. I'm opening it. Okay, so the first thing which you see while you open the inventory module is the inventory overview. It's kind of a dashboard view. Okay, so where you can see all the receipts, the delivery orders, returns and all. Okay, so under the receipts you can see 4 to process. That is, you can see the count of each and everything which comes under the receipts, delivery orders and all. Now under the delivery orders you can see 7 to process, 1 waiting, 4 late, 2 back orders and all. And we also have the returns. Okay, so if you just click on this 7 to process, you can see all the 7 which are in the ready state, which are ready to process. Okay, so you can see all the delivery orders. I'm going back. So from the dashboard itself, you can access these things directly. Now here you have receipts. You have 4 to process. So you can see all the 4 receipts which are in the ready state. Okay, so that's all about the overview. Then we have the filter here, where you can see the archived ones and also the feature to add the custom filter. Then you have the group by, where you have type of operation and warehouse, and also you have the favorite section where you can save the current search and also link menu in spreadsheet. And if you install the knowledge module, you also have the option to insert the link as well as the view inside the article. Next we have the operations menu. Okay, so under the operations, you have replenishment, inventory adjustment, transfers and scrap. For the time being, we have only these much options. But if you go to the configuration settings and you have a lot of things to enable. Now, as you enable, the menus count will increase and menus will increase. So here you have the replenishment. So here you can directly create a replenishment where you can provide the product, the on-hand quantity, the minimum quantity, maximum quantity, and also after doing that, you can see order once, automate orders, and even snooze it. So I'll show how to create a replenishment here. So add the product here, and here you have the on-hand quantity and the forecast. So we don't have to enter it manually and all. So here you have to specify the route of that particular product. So I'm giving by. Then here you have the minimum quantity. I'm putting it as 2 and the maximum quantity as 5. So there should be a minimum quantity of 2 and a maximum quantity of 5. Okay, then what you have to do is, okay, so there is already a replenishment rule for this product, so I'm going to change the product here. Let's delete that. Okay, I'll create a new one and I'm going to add a product. So I'll add large desk, add by, and the minimum quantity is 2, maximum is 5. Okay, so after that you can see the order ones, automate orders and all have come have been active. So if you just click on order once, the purchase order will be generated the moment you click on order once. And if you give on automate order, you can automate this order through the run scheduler and all. So I'll show that to you later. Okay, so here also we have the filters. So you can see the filter it based on trigger manual or to reorder and also not snoozed. Then you have the group by, where you can group it based on product as well as category. Okay, then you have the favorites. Okay, so it's similar to the favorite menu which you can find in all other pages. Okay, so that's the replenishment, and you can do this replenishment inside the product directly as well. So here you have the products menu. Go to the products here. Choose any of the product. So I'm choosing acoustic block screen. And here on the top bar you can see replenish. So click on replenish there, and here comes a wizard where you have the product name, the quantity, the schedule date and the preferred routes. So you can choose the preferred route here. So I'm choosing the route which is by and confirming it. Okay, so once you confirm it, a replenishment will be created inside the product itself. So that's another way where you can do the replenishment. And then you have the inventory adjustment. So this inventory adjustment is nothing but the updation of on-hand quantities. Okay, so if you just open any of a product, so I'll just open one product which is corner desk. Okay, so here you have the product which is corner desk right set. So here you can see the on-hand quantity is 0. Now I'm going to the operations and opening the inventory adjustment, going to click on create, and here I'm giving the product which is corner desk right set, and you have the counted quantity here. So I'm changing the counted quantity to 10. Okay, and click somewhere on the screen. So here you can see the difference is 10, and I'm going to apply it. Okay, so it's applied. Now let's go to the products and check what the changes are. So here you can see the on-hand quantity has updated to 10 units. So from likewise going to the inventory adjustment, directly you can update the quantity, or simply clicking on the smart tab, you can update it from here as well. Okay, I'm going back. Then we have the transfers. Okay, so here you can see all the transfers. You have the transfer reference, the contact, the schedule date, source document, company, and also the status. So you can see different statuses like done, ready, draft, waiting, and all. So from here you can create transfers. So I'll talk about transfers also in detail. We have the batch transfer, wave transfer, and all coming. So it will come only after we reach the configuration settings. So you have to enable certain things inside the configuration settings, and only after that, that menu will appear under the operations. So here, while creating a transfer, you can choose the contact and the operation type. So you have different operation types and all in inventory. So one is the receipts, delivery orders, manufacturing, all such things. So you can choose the operation type required. You have the schedule date and the source document. Then here you can add the product under the operations tab. So I'm adding a product. You can put the demand quantity, and here you have the additional info where you have the responsible person, which will be Michelle admin by default because he is the one who created this. And then you have the company, okay, also the note. So you can give the note and all here. After that, you can simply save it. So that particular transfer can be seen here. So if you mark it as to do and all, you can see it in the waiting state. Then we have the scrap. So where you can create the scrap orders. So simply click on create, add the product here. So I'm adding customizable desk. So you can add the source document here and also the quantity. Okay, then simply validate it. Okay, so you can see it's in the done state, and here you have the product moves. So you can see all the product moves done while the scrap order has been created. Okay, so here you can see one product moves there and the status is done. So that's the scrap orders. Then you have the products tab where you have products, product variants, and lot and serial number. So under the products, you can see all the products here. So you can simply create a product by clicking on create button. So I'll create a product here, which is a toy car or something. And you can see can be sold, can be purchased. So you can check both of them, that is whether this product can be sold or can be purchased or not. Then you can choose the product type, the invoicing policy of the product, which is ordered quantity. Then you have the sales price here and also the cost. So you can change the sales price directly from this option. Then you have the attributes and variants where you can put the attributes and variants. That is if that product have any kind of variants and all, you can provide them here. Then you have the sales tab. Okay, so where you can put the optional products, that is while upselling and cross-selling, you will have this optional products and all. So you can add that optional products here and also a sales description. Then you have the purchase tab where you can add vendor for this particular product. So I'll show you adding a vendor. You can choose the vendor from here. I'm choosing Deco. And you can set the price for which you are buying this product from that vendor. Then you have inventory where you have the routes. Okay, so this routes and all comes under the configuration menu. So for that you have to enable this multi-step routes and all. So I'll talk about it. So you have a route here and the logistics as well as the traceability. So traceability is that the tracking of the product. You can either track it by serial number, lots, or even no tracking. Then you have accounting. Okay, so all the accounting details regarding to this product will be seen there. So this is how you simply create a product, and while creating a product the on-hand quantity will be 0. You can simply go to the Smart tab and then update it, or you can go to inventory adjustment and change it. Okay, then you have the product variants. So here you can see all the product variants. You can simply create a product variant also from here, and while creating you have to provide the name of the product here, the product type, the sales, purchase, inventory and accounting tab. It's similar to the one which we saw right before. Okay, we are very same to the product creation form. So I'm going back, and then you have the lot and serial numbers. Okay, so here you can create the lot and serial number. Okay, so simply click on create. While creating you have the lot number here. If you want to change it, you can simply change it. And also you have to choose the product. So I'm choosing cable management box, and you can provide the internal reference and also the description for that product and save it. So here you have the location and traceability corresponding to this lot and serial number and all. So here is it. Now if you just expand it, you can see, okay, cable management box, the lot numbers and serial numbers which are created till now, and when it is created you can see the date as well. Okay, so that's the products tab. Then we have the reporting. Here's the reporting menu, and under reporting you have stock, locations, move history, stock move, valuation and performance. So first let's go to the stock and see what it is. So here's the stock. You can see the products, the unit cost of the product, the total value, on-hand quantity, free to use, incoming, outgoing, and then you can see the history, replenishment, locations and the forecast. Okay, so here you can see the category. So based on category you can filter it. Okay, so you can just tick the category you want from the side, and here you also have the filter, group by and favorites option. So under the filter you have can be sold, so you can filter it based on the products which are in the state can be sold, and also you have can be purchased. Then you have the favorites. Okay, so you only view the favorite products, and you have the warnings here, and we have the archived products here, also the available products, and then negative forecasted quantity, and also if you want to add a custom filter you can add it simply from here. Then we have the group by option, where you have the option to group it based on product type and also product category. So product type, as you can see, this is storable product, and under storable product you have these much products. Okay, then we have the favorites menu, which is common everywhere else. So there we have the save current search, import records, link menu in spreadsheet, and also insert list in spreadsheet. So you can easily create a stock from here as well. So simply click on create, and here comes the stock creation window. So this window might be familiar to you because this is the same window which we use to create a product. So this is the product creation form itself. So here you can provide the name of the stock or the product, and you can choose the product type, the invoicing policy, the sales price, and then the cost and all. So everything else is similar to the product itself. So I'm not talking much detailed about this stock creation. Now let's go back. And under reporting, next we have locations. So I'm opening locations. So what is a location actually? Now you might have heard about the warehouses. So warehouse is an inevitable thing inside the inventory. Okay, warehouse management and all is a very important thing which comes inside the inventory. So locations are, if you imagine the warehouse as a house and different rooms, like say it's a house with 3 rooms. So consider each room as a location. So that's what location and warehouse is. Okay, so we have a lot of locations inside the inventory. So we'll talk about locations and all, and you will get a complete idea of different locations available in inventory. So I'll talk about it. Now here you can see it's filtered based on internal locations. Okay, so here you can see the location is WH stock. So WH denotes warehouse. okay, and you have different locations inside this warehouse. So that's what this slash means. So WH/stock means stock is a location. So this is filtered based on internal locations. So I'm removing that. So once you remove it, you can see virtual location and all here. Okay. Then if you just click on the filters, you can see internal location. We have internal locations. Similarly, we have transit location. So I'm just clicking on transit location. So here you can see that one as well. Then you have the option to filter it based on hand, to count, to apply, start products, negative stock, reservations, incoming date, my counts, and also the option to add custom filters. So here under the location, you can see the location, the product, the lot and serial number of that product, the on-hand quantity of the product, and also the reserved quantity. So here also you have the option to replenish that product, and also you can see the history. And here we have the group by, where you can group it based on product. So if you just group it based on product, you can see such a view. So here's the product, and if you expand it, you can see the location and the product, the on-hand quantity and all. Then we have the group by based on location. Okay, so click on location. So you have these much locations here, like partner customer, partner vendor, virtual location, WH stock, shelf 2. So all of these are different locations available inside the inventory. And then you have the storage category. So you can, filter it based on storage categories. Then lot and serial number. Okay, so here you can see the lot numbers, and under each there might be products. And also you have the option to filter it based on company. Okay, so not filter, group by. Okay, so that's the main thing which comes under the location. And if you want to create a new one, click on create, and here you have the location. You can simply click on this, and from here you can change the location. Give the provide the product here, sorry. So I'm adding the customizable desk, and here you have the on-hand quantity of that product. So you can mention the on-hand quantity. Okay, then you have the reserved quantity, and comes the history and replenishment. So it's very simple to create locations and all. Okay, so I'm discarding that, and here you can see inventory at date. So you can see the date here, confirm it. Okay, so on this date you can see the inventory corresponding to the date. Okay, let's go back to location. So that's it. And then under reporting you have the move history. So you can see all the movements which are which have been taken place inside the warehouse and all. So you have the from location, that is the source location, and the destination location, from where to where this movement has taken place and all. So for example, you can see the date, the reference, and the product. Also from and to. So from partner vendors it was been moved to WH stock, and you can see the quantity and also the status of that particular movement done. So it's filtered based on the status which is done. I'm removing that. Now here you can see all other statuses like available, partially available, done and all. Okay, so that's the move history. You can't create and all. It's actually kind of a reporting itself, that you can see the movements and all done till date. Then you have the stock moves. So this is the move history, and we have stock moves. The movement of stock will be shown clearly inside this window, where you have the reference of the transfer, and you have the product, and from and to can be seen here as well. Okay, it's both the views inside the move history and stock moves are kind of same. Then you have the valuation. So here under valuation you can see valuation at date. So you can give the date, confirm it, and you can get the valuation of that provided date. So I'm going back, and here you can see the date, the product, the company, and the moved quantity and unit and total value. Okay, so from here you can give to the go to the internal location. So here you have the product, the quantity, and all other details. Okay, so this is simply the stock valuation. Then from here you have the option to export as well. Okay, then we have the performance. So it's basically a graph view. Okay, so you can see the performance based on done deliveries and transfer date. So that's actually default filters. I'm removing the filters, and here you can see the warehouse analysis, where you have the transfer date, okay, and under the measures you can see the count. So here's the count, and if you want to change the view, that is if you want to change the things which you are seeing, you can simply give cycle times, delay and product quantity, anything. So I'll give delay. So here is the delay, okay, then product quantity, this is the product quantity, and this is transfer date itself. So similarly you can change the measures, insert it into a spreadsheet and all. Then you have the bar chart here. This is the bar chart, and you have the line chart of the same, also the pie chart. So here you can see in different colors the date and all has come there, okay. So that's all about the warehouse analysis, which is the graphical view. We also have a pivot view for this. So this is the pivot view, which is our table. Okay, you can see the total, the delivery orders, receipts and all. You can change the measures from here also. I'm adding product quantity. So here you can see product quantity, an extra column has been added. So if I remove it, that has gone. Okay, so that's how the warehouse analysis, that is the pivot view inside the warehouse analysis, works. So that's all about the reporting. Next we have the configuration, which is the important part of the module. So inside the configuration, we have the configuration settings. So before going to settings, we'll talk about all other menus which are available inside the inventory module. So we have a section called the warehouse management. So where you can find the warehouses. So I'm clicking on warehouses, and here you can see all the warehouses which are created. Okay, so this is a warehouse. I'm going to create a new one. So here comes the name of the company itself. Okay, and here comes the short name of the company. So you can simply give it as WH or whatever. So I'm giving WH. Here's the company, the address, the purchase journal, sales journal and all. And here under the warehouse configuration, you have the shipment section. So where you have the incoming shipments as well as the outgoing shipments. So these shipments can be done in 1 or 2 or 3 steps. Okay, so you can choose it from here. Similarly, outgoing shipment also can be done in 1 step, 2 step and also 3 step. So this is the incoming shipment. So you can choose receive goods directly, receive goods in input and then stock, that is the 2 step. Then you have receive goods in input, then quality and then stock. That is you receive the goods, you check the quality and then stock it. Okay. Then you have the same thing with outgoing shipments also. You have deliver goods directly, send goods in output and then deliver it. Okay, send it to the output and then deliver it from there, which is 2 step. And then you have pack goods, send goods in output and then deliver, which is in 3 step. And here you have the resupply, that is buy to resupply. You have a resupply method, which is like if you don't have a product in one store, you go to the other store and get it. So it is the same concept here also. If you don't have a product in one warehouse, you'll go to some other warehouse and take it. That's the resupply method. Okay, then you have the technical information where you have the operation types and locations. So inside the location, you can see the warehouse view location, location stock, input location, quality control location, packing location and output locations. That's all about the locations and all. And here you have the operation types where you have in type, internal type, pick type, pack type and out type. So that's how you create a warehouse and manage the warehouse and all. And here you can see the routes corresponding to that warehouse. Simply click on the Smart tab. Stay here itself. So I'm discarding the changes I made to it. So that's the warehouses. You can simply create a warehouse by clicking on the create button. Now under the configuration, you have locations. So we've seen this location inside the reporting. So here you can create internal locations. I'm removing internal locations here. So simply click on create, give the name of the location. I'm giving the name as spare stock. And here you can set the parent location. So I'm giving the parent location as physical location, and you have the location type. So it can be internal location, vendor location, view, customer location, inventory loss, production or transit location. Giving internal location. And if it's a scrap location, you can check this. If it's a return location, you can check this. And also if it's a replenish location, you can check this as well. Then you have the cyclic counting, that is the inventory frequency. So when different than 0, inventory count date for products stored at this location will be automatically set at the defined frequency. That's the frequency, that is you will give this much days, and in that frequency the inventory count will be taken. Okay, so that's the cyclic counting. And you have the last effective inventory and next expected inventory. Based on that counting or that frequency and all, this will be taken. Then you have the removal strategy. So we have three kinds of removal strategy, which is first in first out, last in first out, and closest location. Okay, so we'll see what removal strategy and all is in detail. Okay, so that's the location. That's how you create a location. Then you have a put away rules and current stock. Okay, so let's save it and go back. So here you can see physical location, spare stock, and internal location has been created. So it's very simple to create a location. Now you have the routes there. So click on routes. Now inside routes you can see all the routes. So where have you find these routes? Inside the products and all you can see these routes, right? So buy, and you have one step stock, one step ship and all different routes here. Okay, you can simply create a route from here by clicking on create, give the name of the route, the sequence, the supplied warehouse, company, product category, products, warehouses, sale order lines, everything can be checked from here. And here under the route you have the option to add a line. So where you can add rules. Now here you give the name of the rules. So rules is coming in a separate window also. I'll show that from there also. So you can give the rule from here. I'm giving rule 1. You can set the action. So the action can be anything like pull from, push to, pull and push, buy. So what the action is you can set it. I'm giving buy. And here you have the operation type. So you have different operation types like receipts, returns and all. So I'm choosing receipts. You have the destination location here. If you want you can change it from there. And here you can see when products are needed in WH stock, a request for quotation is created to fulfill the need. So this is the role which is created right now. I've given the action as buy. So when a product is needed in the WH stock, which is the destination location, what happens? An RFQ will be generated or will be created to fulfill the need. So RFQ is created based on the action which I given here. Then you have the warehouse. You can choose the warehouse here. The company, and also you have a new thing which is propagation. Inside propagation you have propagation of procurement group, cancel next move, and warehouse to propagate. So you can choose the warehouse which is to be propagated. Okay, and simply you can save it and close it. So I'm discarding it. That's the routes. So you can see these routes inside the product. So if you just open a product here and go to inventory, you can see a route which is buy. So if you enable it, what happens is that whenever I need this product, like if I need this product, a purchase order will be generated. So that's buy, and I'm saving that. Let's go back to rules. So we've seen a rule already, like creating a rule inside the routes. That's the same thing that's the same exact same way how you create a rule separately also. So this is the rule creation window. The only new thing to this is the propagation. Okay, so next we have the operation types. So under operation types, you have different operation types like receipts, internal transfer, delivery orders, and returns. If you want to create a new one, click on operation type, create button, give the name. So I'm giving the name as receptions. The type of operation, it can be receipt, delivery, or internal transfer. So I'm choosing receipt. And the reference frequency, sequence, you can add it from here. And the sequence prefix, you can set the prefix here. Okay, so you have the company, the return types. So this is the return types. And if you want to create back order, that is, you can set like always, never, or even ask to create back order. So I've given ask here. Then you have show detailed operation. So if you want to view detailed operation, you can just check it, and also pre-fill detailed operation, that can also be checked if you need. Okay, so Odoo will automatically pre-fill the detailed operation with the corresponding products. Okay, then you have locations where you have default source location, which is partner vendor, and also default destination location. So here by default a source location and destination location is set. Okay, so save it. Okay, you have to set a sequence prefix. I'm giving it as RE, save. So that's saved. So here you can see a new operation type. Then you have the put away rules. So inside put away rules, you basically use it as the name itself to put away certain products from each other. Like if there are certain products which are kept together causes any kind of chemical reaction or not, it's very dangerous to store it together, right? So in such cases, what we'll do, we'll put away each from each other, right? You'll store one far from the other, okay? So to avoid such worse situations, you will do this put away things and all. So for that, you will create rules. So when such products come, what you have to do, based on this rule, it has to get applied and then this product has to be rearranged. So that's put away rules. In some cases, when two products are kept together, chemical reactions may occur, which is very dangerous, okay? So in such cases, you can create put away rules. Simply click on create, give the, when the product arrives in WH stock and which product you can choose it. The product category, you can choose it from here, and also you have the place where this product has to be sent, that is stored to which sub location, that can be given here. Also the company. So this is how you set a put away rule. Now based on this put away rule, it will work. Okay, then you have the products tab, product section, where you have the product categories. I'm opening the product categories. So inside the categories, you can see all the product categories. So while creating a product, you have the option to choose the product categories. So here you have all consumable, all expenses, all internal, all saleable, and also all office, saleable. Under saleable, you have also services and software and all. So I'll show you where you can see this product categories. Going to create a product, and here you can see the product category. So if you just click on that, you can see all the product categories which we saw right now inside the product categories. So while creating a product, you have to mention the category of the product as well. Then here you have the attributes of the product. So attributes are like legs, colors, the material and all. Okay. So color and all, if your product is a cloth, what happens is that the color can all be set, right? So color is an attribute and the different colors comes as the value or the variance. Okay, so that's the attributes. You can simply create attribute from here. You can give all size as an attribute. So what kind of display you want, either radio, pills, select or color, you can choose that from here. And also the variance creation mode, like dynamically, never or instantly, that can also be chosen from here. Okay, I'm saving it. So that's how you set the attribute, and attribute values can be set here. So size means you have medium, okay, and then you have large, then you have XL, small and all. So these much sizes I've mentioned for the attribute, which is size. And then you have the reordering rules. So open it. So this is basically rules which we provide for reordering a product. Okay, as the name itself. So here you have the product, the location where the product is, the on-hand quantity, the forecast of that product, then the preferred route. You can choose the preferred route. Okay, then you have vendor, the minimum quantity and the maximum quantity. So there should be a minimum of 5 quantity and maximum of 10 quantity. If not, the product should be reordered. So you can create reordering rules from here by clicking on create. Give the name of the product. So I'm giving pedal bin, and the location, which location it belongs to, that can also be chosen from here. The on-hand quantity, the forecast quantity, and also the minimum quantity. So I'm setting the minimum to 2 and maximum to 6. Okay, so this much should be there, and then what you have to do, you have to order for the product. So to order, while ordering, how much you are going to order. So I'm giving it as 10. Okay, so that's how you set it. And if you have the button here, which is order once, click on order once. Okay, so by clicking on that, a purchase order will be created. So I'll show you. Click on order once. You can see the following replenishment order has been generated. Then you have the barcode nomenclature. So you have the default nomenclature and also the default GS1 nomenclature. So if you want to create a new one, click on create. Specify the barcode nomenclature, that is an internal identification of the barcode nomenclature. So you can give the internal identification of the barcode. Okay, and the UPC EAN conversion, you can put it as never, always, or EAN 13 to UPC-A or UPC-A to EAN 13, any kind of conversion you can choose it from here. Then you have, is it a GS1 nomenclature? If yes, check it. Okay, then you have the role name and all. Okay, so that's the barcode nomenclature. So that's all about the configuration. And next we have the configuration settings. So inside the configuration settings, we have a lot of things. Okay, I'm discarding the changes and going to configuration settings. So these much options we have inside the configuration settings of the inventory module. So under the shipping section, you can see email confirmation. Sorry, before shipping we have the operations. So under the operations, you have packages, warnings, quality, reception report, batch transfer. Okay, so if you enable this batch transfer, you can see one more thing, which is wave transfer. So batch transfer is the process, it process transfers in batch per worker, and in wave transfer, it process operations in wave transfers. And here you have the picking policy and all. Okay, and then you have the packages, the warnings, quality, and also reception report. I'm saving it. So packages are basically put your products in a pack. Okay, so if you have 4 or 5 products, you're putting it in a box. So that's a package. So that's the very same concept here also. So put your products in pack and then you can track it. Okay, like parcels, boxes and all. And then you have warnings here. So it is to get informative or blocking warnings on partners. Then you have the quality, that is to add quality check to your transfer operation, and then you have reception report. So quality check and all, you have to install the quality module first, and after that, while confirming or while validating a transfer, what happens is that you will check the quality of the product and only then you will proceed. Okay, then batch and wave transfer. After enabling this under the operations, you can see the batch and wave transfer. For that, I'm opening the batch transfer first. So here you can see the previously created batch transfers. Simply click on create, and here you have the responsible person. Okay, you can choose the responsible here, and I'm choosing Michelle admin. The scheduled date, putting it as 13. Then you have the operation type. So I'm putting the operation type as receipt. And then under add a line, you can add all the transfers. So here I'm adding 2 transfers, select, and I'm going to confirm it. Okay, so you have to make sure that while adding the transfers, the operation types of the transfers has to be same. Okay, or else a warning message will come. So that's done. I'm going to validate it, apply, and it's in a done state. Then here you can see the allocation. So if you open the allocation, you can see such a window. This is the reception report. So you've seen what batch transfer is and reception report. So after validating a transfer, you can see the allocations, and inside the allocations you have the reception report. Okay, so here you have 2 transfers actually, which is WHN002 and WHN004. Both are in done state. Okay, and you can see the reception report here. You have assign all and assign. So there might be orders or sale orders for this product which is created before validating this transfer. So you can simply, like, this much quantity will be needed. Okay, so you can simply click on assign here. Okay, or assign all means it makes every products available here assign. So you can simply click on assign, and that product will be taken where it is needed. Okay, and you can also unassign it. By clicking on assign all, you can assign all things coming under that particular transfer. Okay, so this is the reception report of the transfer. So I'll show you reception report separately, opening a transfer here. Okay, so I'll validate this transfer, apply, confirm, show this something off. I'll create a new transfer. Create and giving the contact here. The operation type I'm giving it as receipt. Okay, then I'm adding a product which is corner desk writes it. Mark as to do, validating it, apply. Okay, so after applying it, you can see two smart tabs which shows valuation and allocation. Opening the allocation, and this is the reception report corresponding to that transfer. So you can simply click on assign. So this can be done inside the purchase also. You can create a purchase order and you can validate the transfer, and after validating the transfer, there comes the smart tab called allocation, and inside the allocation you can see the reception report. So that's the reception report. Now here you have the wave transfer as well. Okay, so you can see all the wave transfers here. Now create a new wave transfer. Here you can see the goal of the wave transfer is to group operations from different transfers together in order to increase their efficiency. Okay, so it may also be useful to assign jobs or help the timing management of operations. So here you can group the operations from different transfers and transfer it together. Okay, then we are going back to the settings. So these were the important things, and the quality and all, it's simply checking the quality. Now here you have the barcode scanner. Okay, so it's to process operations faster with barcodes. Then here you have the shipping section where you have email confirmation, SMS confirmation, delivery methods, and also signature. So it is to set the delivery signature is to require a signature on your delivery orders. So we have the delivery methods like shipping. So based on it, the shipping cost will be computed. You have the SMS confirmation and also the email confirmation. And these are all the shipping connectors. So as you enable it, these connectors can be used in shipping. So we have DHL, Express connector, USPS connector, Easy Post connector, SendCloud connector, B-Post, FedEx and UPS connector. Then under the products tab, you can see variants, product packaging and unit of measure. So variants I've already enabled it, and so you can see here an menu called attribute. I'm enabling the unit of measure and also product packaging. Saving it, I'll show you. So the unit of measure and all, after enabling it, you can see it under the configuration. Okay, let's wait for it to get loaded. Packaging and packages are two different things. Okay, so packaging is the way you pack it. Packages are the boxes, the parcels and all. So this is the unit of measure, as you can see. Now inside the configuration, you have one more option, which is product packaging, which we enabled right now. Now here you can create a new packaging. So you can give the name for the packaging. So I'm giving it as new, and you can choose which product you are going to include in this package. So I'm putting the product as mouse, and you can set the quantity. So inside a package, how much quantity of mouses you are going to put. So I've put 10, and here you have the barcode for that particular product packaging. Then also you can set the company. Okay, now you can save it. So this is the packaging. So this is how you set up product packaging. Let's go back to configuration settings. And then you have the shipping connectors and all. That's all what we talked about before. Then, okay, inside the traceability, you have lot and serial numbers. Okay, then you have expiration dates, consignment, and also display lot and serial numbers on delivery slips. So if you enable this lot and serial number, they'll ask to provide a lot and serial number for the product. So I'm saving it. I'll show you where this lot and serial number has been created. Okay, so after saving it, you have the products tab here, and under the products tab, you can see lot serial number. Click on that, and here, if you expand one, you can see for a product, you can see the different lot numbers or serial numbers created before. Similarly, you can click on create button. Here's the lot and serial number. You can change the number if you want, and also choose the product. So for this product, we are creating a lot and serial number, and save it. Okay, so here you created a lot and serial number. So based on this, you can trace it. That is, you can trace it based on lot, based on serial number, or even no tracking is available for products. So if you just open a product, you can see. Okay, so here's one more product. I'm expanding that one as well. Here you can see it. Now let's go to configuration settings and let's scroll up, and here you can see expiration date. So for each lot and serial number, you can set an expiration date, and then you have the display expiration date on delivery slips. Okay, so it is to display the expiry dates on the delivery slips you get. And then you have consignment, that is to set honor on stored products. That is, in certain cases, if I am manufacturing a product, so I am giving certain samples of the product to a nearby store. So it's just a sample. I'm not expecting any kind of profit from this samples, right? So that store owner, I'm setting that owner as the product owner. So he can either give it as samples or he can sell it. Whatever he would like to do, he can do that because he is the owner of that product. So that concept is basically called the consignment. So you can set owner on stored product, that's consignment. Now under valuation, you have landed cost and display lot and serial numbers on invoices. So this is to display the lot and serial numbers on invoices. And then the landed cost is to add additional cost in the value of product. That is for transportation and all cost, additional cost will be added. Now in such cases, you have to enable the landed cost. Then you have the warehouses where you have storage location and multi-step routes. So if you enable the multi-step routes, you can see the routes have come there, and also the storage categories. That is, each product, certain products will be there, no? They have to be stored in certain categories. Like if cold food items or like, desserts, cold food items and all have to be stored in freezers itself, right? They can't be stored in any other places. Now there might be certain products which inside the product itself it shows like stored in a dry and cool place and all. So there is storage category. That is the concept of storage category. Okay, then finally we have advanced scheduling, which is to security, where you have security lead time for sale and security lead time for purchase. So while enabling this, okay, after enabling this, you can see both in, use both in sales as well as purchase. So it's scheduling a security lead time, like setting the date as earlier, only then delay can be avoided. So these are the basic concepts which comes under the inventory module. So inside the configuration settings itself, we have a lot of things, and only after enabling it, you can see those things under different menus. So that's all about the inventory module. That's all we have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching.